Nothing like Southern hospitality, y'all. Hey, living in the South, good food in your mouth, brisket beans and mustard greens, the finest food you'll ever eat, served with good old Southern hospitality, Southern hospitality. Come along, y'all.
All right, I am on the food truck right now, and I have had several people to request boudin balls. You see the fries are still sitting there? Everybody wants boudin balls. So I just went on ahead and coated them up. And what I did was just drop them in a little egg wash and some Italian breadcrumbs, seasoned, very much seasoned Italian breadcrumbs, and drop them in a deep fryer. And I will show you, I don't know, drop about 2-3 minutes, and I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. There you go. Boudin balls. They fried about 2.5 minutes. All right. Nice and hot. And they got a little kick to them. Hello. Here we go. Can't y'all see what's on the menu today? Ooh, I'm making a mess already. Mac and cheese. Get ready to put together a quick pan of mac and cheese. So I didn't show you how to boil the noodles. That's pretty simple. You just put them in a pot of water, throw a little salt in there, and throw a little oil in there, and let the noodles get soft. I am about to put some melted butter in here. Sometimes I use olive oil. This time I'm going to use all this butter in this pan. Make another pan tomorrow. I like to use egg white. Some Monterey Jack. Cheese. Come out, come out, come out. Fix that. I like my mac and cheese cheesy. You like your mac and cheese cheesy too? All right. And then my mild cheddar. Now sometimes when I make mac and cheese, I put like 5 or 6 different cheeses in it. This time, I think I only do 2. I'll put some more in here. Let me stir this up for a second. You know, a lot of people say, I don't know how to fix mac and cheese. Actually, mac and cheese is pretty easy to make. I'm not talking about out the box either. All you gotta do is boil your noodles, get you a lot of cheese. I'll put some milk in here. Sometimes I make my cheese sauce separate. It all depends on what mood I'm in or how much time I have. But I'm gonna mix all of that up. But when I do my cheese sauce separate in the pot, I usually put my milk in the pot with some cheese and melt it all together, blend it all together. And then I would pour it on here. But see, I'm gonna just throw it all in the pan at one time right now. One thing I like to do is make sure it's pretty moist. One thing I do not like is dry mac and cheese. Now you can put some breadcrumbs in here if you like. You can put some crab meat in here. You get real creative with mac and cheese these days. But I'm just doing a quick pan with 2 cheeses. You're probably wondering, where are my seasonings? Bang! Today I'm gonna use some Tony Sachet. See. There we go. Can't go wrong. I'm gonna show y'all my seasoning cabinet in a little while. Somebody sent me an email and asked me, I know they were trying to be funny because there's somebody that knows me, sent me an email. When you gonna show us your seasoning rack? I'm not gonna call no names. But you know what? This mac and cheese is looking too white right now. So we need some more cheese. But I just wanted to mix it up some. And then throw some more cheese in there. Like I said, this time I'm using butter. Sometimes I use olive oil. Just to make sure it's really, really moist. And I'm actually going to serve this with chicken. I'm going to do mac and cheese topped with baked chicken. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. My favorite mac and cheese, whoop, I'm making a mess. My favorite mac and cheese is when I use, what is this? The cheddar, mozzarella, Munster cheese. I love putting Munster cheese and smoked Gouda. I love Munster cheese. I didn't get any Munster cheese today, I forgot. So I said, that's okay. Now, you know cheese has a lot of salt in it. So you don't have to put any salt in here. The salt's in that Tony Sachet. The salt is in the cheese. Mixing it up. Now, if you wanted to kick this mac and cheese up or not, I say you could add like crab meat in it. You would put it in at this time. Some people put shrimp in it. Can't eat seafood. You can basically put any kind of meat you want in and just mix it in here. Or you could just top it. But you gotta get that cheese mixed in real good. I hate making a mess. I like to clean up as I go. Okay. A little bit more Jack cheese in it. We're doing all kind of things with mac and cheese these days. I know we all started out with that. What was it, Trez? Kraft mac and cheese in the box, right? Kraft mac and cheese in the box.
But we always had the shells.
Oh, the shells. Yeah, the shells. That's right. So. So all I'm going to do is just mix this up real good. And I'm going to put it in the oven. I'll probably put this in the oven for about 45 minutes on 350. I'll see if I have some breadcrumbs left. I might throw some on top. But I always want to check to make sure that it's really moist. This is going to dry out some while it bakes. Oh, shucks, just gone. Like I've told y'all many times before, I don't measure. I feel it. That's why I'm not a baker. You know, baking, you have to be so precise. I bake a few things. Okay, here's the mac and cheese, and it's topped with 2 jumbo drumsticks that I baked, and it's also topped with a smoked bourbon pepper. Now, I want to I got an email. I want to answer an email someone sent me on my website. They were asking about my counters in my kitchen. So, what you're looking at right now is what my countertops and my backsplash used to look like. I built this house, it's been about 20 years now. And of course, you know, it's like I did not get granite countertops. I was on a budget when I built the house. So I did not get granite countertops at the time. And I can't remember exactly what these countertops are. But anyway, after 20 years, I got tired of it, okay? So right here, this is one of the corners in the kitchen, and this next shot right here is just another view. What I did was some research. I wanted granite, but I couldn't afford granite. So I ran across epoxy. So I guess for like 6 months, you know, I kept looking online and kept looking at different things. And I actually found a lady here in San Antonio that had her own small business. Unfortunately, she is not in business now. She's moved back to Austin. I hope she does come back because I have a lot of friends that would love to use her. She is so talented, so talented. But I'm sure in your area, wherever you are, you can find this. So this is my original backsplash, the tile and the countertop. And so what she came and did, she measured everything and she let me design the colors that I want. That's what I loved about it, because my favorite colors are like red, black, gray, you know, with a touch of gray, a touch of white. So this is when she was prepping my kitchen. Moved the stove out. I had already painted the cabinets. My cabinets were originally the brown when we first moved in. And my husband and I and a neighbor, we sanded the cabinets and we painted them gray. And so, and since then, these walls have been painted all gray also. Everything's been painted gray to blend in. But this is when she was prepping the kitchen. And when she was starting to mix the epoxy, I was so excited. I couldn't even sleep the night before, because I was like, I just wanted to see this in action. Now, some people who are very handy and creative, they may be able to do this, but the thing is, no design is exactly alike when you're dealing with epoxy and different colors. So right here, this is one of the countertops where she has already poured the epoxy. Okay, and so we had to make the house very cold, you know, because the epoxy dries very fast. And excuse me, so she went on ahead and poured the black. Now that backsplash, she did that in her studio. She did the backsplash in her studio for all the backsplash in the kitchen, and then she came and placed it up on the walls, and I thought that was really neat because I had the backsplash up before I had the countertops done. So that came out really nice. So after she poured the black in, and then she took my different colors as you see in the backsplash, and she poured it onto the black, and she just swirled it in, you know, it's like a freehand kind of thing, and it came out looking like bam, right here. So, you know, I had to have my Papa Red, y'all. I had to have my Papa Red, you know. So this is what my countertop looks like now. And she even made me a Lazy Susan to match my countertops. And she also made me some coasters for my table in this same pattern with the epoxy. Now, the estimate for the granite, oh my gosh, I think it would have been something like $5,000 or $6,000. And I saved some moolah because, oh, I can't remember now exactly what I paid for the epoxy, but it was under $2,000. It was under $2,000, where if I would have had the backsplash and the countertops and the granite, it would have been a whole lot more. And this is durable, just like granite, up to 500 degrees. So this is the finished product where my refrigerator is. To the far left, that's my little coffee station, over there on the back left. So and like I said, the walls since then have all been painted a lighter gray than what the cabinet is. So I am loving my kitchen. I wish I had a bigger kitchen because I do so much cooking. But when I was able to use the epoxy on my kitchen counters and the backsplash, I'm a happy camper now. I get extra excited when I go in there to cook. And the thing about it, it's one of a kind. Even if you pick the exact same colors to do epoxy, no design comes out the same. And so, of course, I had to, I went on Amazon once again, had to have that pop of red, and like the red handles that are on the refrigerator and on the stove. You can get those off of Amazon. They have a few different colors. I think it came out pretty good. Anyways, I wanted the microwave. I didn't have it on that picture. But I just love the colors. And it came out really nice, really nice. And so I have bathroom upstairs where my girls, when they were teenagers, and they had the curling iron, and they like burned the countertops with the curling iron and everything. And so I talked to her about that. I said, because to replace the counters in the bathroom, that would have been a little expensive. So what she did for me, free of charge, because I did give her some referrals, she epoxied the bathroom sink for me upstairs, which was a plain white, and it turned out like this. So it's sort of like a white with silver in it, with a little silver design, and it came out beautiful. So that's the deal with my epoxy in my kitchen. Everybody's been asking me, where did I get that granite? It's not granite, it is epoxy. If you're interested, just do your research. And I'm sure there's someone in your area that does epoxy. Those of you that are handy dandy, you could probably do it. But it's something to think about. I'm always looking at ways to cut costs. I like nice things. I don't want to pay the price for a lot of nice things, so I find ways to cut costs. All right. Epoxy magic. Seasonings right here. Yep. Do I use all of it? Yep. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. No, I don't have dishes in there. That's my seasoning. And then my overflow is over here. That's usually like my sauces and stuff, like ketchup, all of the condiments and stuff like that. But I have 3 deep shells of seasoning right here in the kitchen. Yep. So those of you that have 2 or 3. So it's really, ooh, it's hot, hot. Hot, hot. The oil go on a little bit. There we go. sizzle up. The sea bass really cooks fast. I'm going to put a little. Let me tell you something. This is actually like a steak seasoning, but it is good on this fish. That gives it a little crust. Side a little bit. Put that over. Go ahead and clear that side. Okay, I'll be back and show you this in a few minutes. All right, so we have some peas and carrots here. A little white rice. Here is the sea bass. Ooh, it broke up. It'll still taste good. That's okay. There's the sea bass. Okay. And then I'm going to take some baby shrimp. And this is something I just had in the freezer, guys. I just threw this together. And top that with some baby shrimp. Get on over here, Trez. Y'all want to see who I'm talking about? So now we have sea bass with some plain white rice. Ooh, a little shrimp. And you can go over there. And I'll give you the full one. It's not broken. Ta-da! There you are. He's hiding. Okay, here we go. Go get your plate. I'll show you just your plate.
Well, okay.
I'll show you. I'll do the same thing. I hide. You see the plate? Okay, there's the plate. There we go. So there's a sea bass with some peas and carrots, just some plain rice and some baby shrimp on it. And he's like me, used to just certain fish like catfish, you know, just a few things or whatever. So, where's mine? Oh, here's mine. Okay, I'm getting ready to go eat mine. All right, check you later. Now, this is some sea bass I previously prepared. I used larger shrimp. And this one, I topped it off with some capers. Sea bass topped with capers and shrimp. Well, Gumbofest 2021 is returning this year, November the 13th at Ernie's Patio Bar in Cibolo, Texas. There's a lot of history behind this Gumbofest. I cannot remember how many years. It's been close to 30 years that we've held Gumbofest. You should come out, shake a leg or two. Gumbofest started years ago as just a old school house party. invite the church folks over to play cards in the backyard, in the garage. I'd pull out the big giant gumbo pot. Now, those in Louisiana, the pot I'm talking about that we normally deep fry the turkeys in. So that's my gumbo pot. So the way I would do it, I provide all the food, including the gumbo, and people would bring like desserts and beverages. So we did that for many years. So the last time we had it in our home, in the backyard, we had 403. I'll say it again, 403 people in our backyard. So that's when we decided it's time to move this from the house. And so we made it a public event. And at the time, I was still in education, and I was taking kids on educational trips to Washington, D.C. and New York. And so a few times we helped raise a little money for the kids to go on the trip. So due to COVID last year, we couldn't have it. We'll have it again this year. We're going to have food trucks and 3 food trucks, including myself. So come on out, enjoy, check the website for more details.
Oh yeah!
Laissez les bonté rouler. This has been a Langyap V. Rue LLC production.